All right, let's just jump right in. We dug through 9,000 comments from real people talking about creatine. We're going to cover the good, the bad, and, what actually works for them in the real world.
Can you imagine getting that call from your doctor? This is a real comment, and wow, it just perfectly captures the #1 fear that sends people running from one of the most effective supplements on the entire planet. But is the doctor right? Let's find out.
So first up, let's talk about the real problems. We sifted through all the noise and found 3 huge frustrations that pop up over and over and over again in the comments.
And this right here, this is problem #1. For years, the advice was always to load creatine with these massive doses. But for so many people, the result is, well, just like this person said, it's awful.
Yeah, they literally call it GI hell. And for good reason. That big initial dose is famous for causing some serious stomach pain, nausea, the whole deal. It forces a ton of people to just quit before they even see any benefits.
And here we go again, back to the doctor's office. This comment really highlights the second huge problem. It's a terrifying, but you'll see a completely avoidable misunderstanding.
Okay, so this is so important to understand. Creatine raises a marker in your blood called creatinine. It's just a harmless byproduct. The problem is, doctors see that high number and their alarm bells go off thinking your kidneys are failing. It causes so much unnecessary panic.
14 pounds in 1 week. You can just feel the panic in that question, right? And this leads us straight into the third really common concern. The number on the scale suddenly jumping way up.
So the worry isn't just about the weight. It's about feeling bloated, kind of puffy, and just losing that lean, shredded look you've been working for. People are constantly asking, is this fat or is this just water? Okay, enough with the problems. The good news is the community has basically figured all this out. So let's get into the simple solutions, what actually works.
The fix is just so simple. Forget the old way. Forget the loading. The smart way is just taking 3 to 5 grams a day. That's it. You avoid all the stomach problems. In fact, experts like Mike Isratdal pretty much call the loading phase pointless.
Now this might be the most important tip of all. Creatine works by pulling water into your muscles, so you have to drink more. Seriously, the folks who have the best experience are all aiming for at least a gallon a day. It helps you avoid headaches, cramps, it's just non-negotiable.
So what if you're one of the few who still has stomach issues even with the small 5-gram dose? Well, the comments point to a really clear fix. For that small percentage of people, just switching to creatine HCl, which dissolves way better, seems to solve the problem almost every time. All right, now this is where things get really interesting. We all think of creatine for muscles, right? But the comments kept pointing to this powerful and kind of overlooked benefit. Get this, people are using higher doses not for their workout, but for their work. They're saying they feel sharper, they can think clearer, and it helps fight off that afternoon brain fog, especially when they're tired. Some studies are even backing this up, saying it can help offset the mental drag from not getting enough sleep.
Now it's time to tackle the biggest myths head-on. Let's separate the fear from the actual facts.
This is the big one, the one everyone is worried about. Does creatine make your hair fall out? It's a huge concern, and it stops a lot of people from even trying the stuff. So here's the deal. The entire scare comes from one single small study from way back in 2009. But guess what? Recent, much bigger, much better trials have found no significant link. So yeah, that myth is pretty much busted. Okay, the biggest safety question of them all. Is this stuff actually safe for your kidneys? We all saw that panicked comment from the start.
And the answer is a clear and simple no. For healthy people, experts across the board agree it's incredibly safe. The problem isn't that it's damaging your kidneys, it's that it creates a misleading number on a blood test, which we already covered.
And let's just bust 2 more myths real quick. Do you need to cycle off of it? Nope. Your body doesn't get used to it or build a tolerance. And what about timing? Does it matter when you take it? Not really. The key is just consistency. Take it whenever works for you, every day.
So, after all that, what should you actually do?
It really all just boils down to this super simple 3-step plan.
Okay, here it is. Step 1. Just take 3 to 5 grams of creatine monohydrate every day. Skip the loading, you don't need it. Step 2. Drink a gallon of water every single day. And step 3. This one's crucial. If you're getting a blood test, just tell your doctor you take creatine beforehand to avoid that false alarm. That's really it.
For the full comment analysis on creatine and many other topics, read the full reports at Shono-Insights.